In this video, I'm breaking down the exact strategy that took me from blown accounts to passing over 20 prop firm challenges, pulling out thousands of dollars in payouts, and multiple students as well using the same strategy to do the same thing. It's called GF13, Gold Flow 13, and it's super simple once you see it. So stick around because by the end of this video, you know the exact strategy criteria I use every single day. But before I show you the setup, let me be real with you. It took me 3 years to get here, 3 years of blowing accounts. I even lost $3,000 in one single day. Just gone in a matter of hours. And then I had to go clock into a 9 to 5. So right now it feels like nothing's clicking for you. I need you to hear this next part. It wasn't just the money. It was a late night staring at charts that didn't need stared at. Weekends I could have spent with people I care about instead of grinding setups that didn't work. Parties I skipped because I told myself I catch up on that missed time once I finally figured this out. If you ever chosen the charts over people in your life and told yourself it would be all worth it eventually, you already know what I'm describing. I'm not telling you this for sympathy. I'm telling you because I finally found a thing that actually flipped it. And I'm about to give you every single piece of it. GF13 comes down to 4 steps. That's it. This is the foundation. Without this step, nothing else in GF13 matters. See, I'm looking for a price to make a clear and obvious higher high or lower low. Not a maybe, not a kind of. I need to point at the chart and say, that's a higher high without squinting. So if price is making higher highs, I'm only looking for buys. Lower lows, only sells. This one rule has saved me from half the bad trades you're currently taking because most people try to trade both directions in a market that's only paying out one. If you ever taken a trade with no real reason besides it felt right, this step alone would have saved most of it. Once price confirmed this bias, I don't chase. See, this is where I see a lot of people lose the most money. They see the higher high, get excited, jump in at the market, and price pull back and stops them out right before it does exactly what they thought it would do. If you ever gotten stopped out right before the move you caught actually happened, this step is the fix for that exact pain. Instead, I wait for price to come back to the 13 EMA. That EMA show me the value area where price is likely to find support or resistance before continuing. This requires patience more than anything. Some days it's 20 minutes, some days it's hours. I don't force it. If price doesn't come to my EMA, I don't have a trade that day. Simple as that. This is my confirmation step. Touching the EMA isn't enough. Plenty of pullbacks touch it and blow straight through it. I need proof the level was holding. I want a wick that pokes into the EMA and closes back above it. Or a candle that closes with real conviction away from the EMA in the direction of my trend. Rejection, not just contact. Price chops sideways with no clear rejection, I pass. No rejection, no trade. Doesn't matter how good step 1 and 2 looked. If you ever entered on a weak signal because you wanted the trade to be there more than the chart actually showed it, this is the step that stops this. Last step, I do not enter on the rejection candle itself. That's way too early. And I've been burned doing that before, a lot of times. If you ever jumped in the moment, you saw the wick and then watched it chop against you before finally making the move, that's his exact mistake. I wait for confirmation. I mark the high of the rejection candle in an uptrend or the low for the downtrend. Once price breaks that level, that's my entry trigger. Stop goes on the other side of the rejection wick. Target is 5 points with 3 gold contracts on a combine. See, this last step removes the guesswork of, is this really going to hold? The break of candle answers that for me.
Congrats, you made it this far. Not only are you about to get some more sauce, but you stood the time of seeing my terrible drawings. Now, for that reward, let's go ahead and walk through some examples here. First step, boom, we look for market structure. Price create a higher high or lower low. Let's go ahead and let this play out. Boom, as soon as this candle breaks this high, as you can see right here, price has created a higher high. Now we patiently wait for a pullback to the 13 EMA. Next candle clicks up, and not only do we get our pullback, so boom, price created a higher high. And then we got a nice pullback, which you can see here. Now, not only do we have our pullback, but we have our wick rejection. Beautiful. Now from here, we will get into a long position for break a candle. Stop loss will go below the wick, and as soon as this candle gets broke, we hop in an entry. Now if you're in a top step combine, you go with 3 gold contracts and a 5-point move. Boom, around it's 5.2, and let's see how this one goes. Boom, as soon as that candle gets broke, you hop in your entry, and from there, TP is hit. You would be halfway to a combine or freshly funded. Now let's go ahead and see this in a selling example. Here we have our new setup. Step 1, market structure. We need a price to create a higher high or lower low. Boom. As soon as price breaks this low, step 1 complete. Now we can firmly and confidently look for sales because a lower low was then created. Patiently wait for a pullback to the 13 EMA. Boom. So now we're starting to get our pullback. Beautiful. Now from here, we want to see the EMA get tapped and a wick rejection. So let's see. Boom. Got it right there. EMA is tapped and we get a beautiful wick rejection, as you can see here. Now from here, we would enter at break of candle. For the sell, it's the bottom of the rejection candle's bottom. So we would hop in a short position. As soon as that gets broke here, stop loss goes above the wick since we're in sales. And we will go for a 5-point move, 3 gold contracts to get halfway to our combine or freshly funded. This is a beautiful trade because not only are you going to risk only about 300 on this trade, but you're going for 300 to make 1500. Boom, you get entered in beautifully on that next candle, and now you're just patiently waiting. Boom, and just like that, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, you're either halfway in the combine or freshly funded.
That's the full GF13 process. Structure, pullback, rejection, break. Skip one and you're not trading GF13 anymore. You're just guessing. This isn't theory. This is what got me through 20 plus prop firm combines and thousands pulled out in payouts. I've got students running the exact same process right now and getting funded off of it as well and getting paid. If you ever wonder whether something like this actually works for people who aren't naturally gifted at this is your answer. It wasn't talent. It was 4 steps followed every single time. I'm not the guy that's going to gatekeep everything and just disappear. I've been where you are. 4 years grinding. $3,000 gone in one morning. Nights I don't get back. That's exactly why I built this the way I did. If you're watching this and you're thinking, okay, I get these steps, but I need someone to actually walk me through this on real trades, hold me accountable, and get me funded faster than it took me, that's exactly what I built my one-on-one mentorship for. But you have to apply. I take you through GF13 hands-on, review your trades with you, and help you avoid the years I spent fighting and figuring this out the hard way. Link to apply is the first one in the description. Only take a limited number of people at a time. So if you're serious about this, go ahead and apply. That's the strategy. That's what turned it around for me. Now, go put in the reps. Peace.